AI is scaring the heck out of me.
What am I?
I won't lie to you. I think AI is a pretty cool thing. I've been using it a lot. As you can see on the channel, I talk about it a lot. But I want to talk about 3 reasons that AI is kind of getting dangerous in the minds of a lot of people. Number 1, the Godfather is scared. So Geoffrey Hinton was an artificial intelligence pioneer. He worked for a long time in the space and was at Google. And due to his fear of what's going on, he has proverbially blown the whistle and he left his role at Google. Reportedly, he was concerned about AI's potential to eliminate jobs and create a world where many will not be able to know what is true anymore. And that's something a lot of people are fearful of. I think about all these deepfakes and, we got an election in America coming up in 2024. And regardless of what you believe politically, it is going to get harder to distinguish what is what when it comes to improved deepfake technology. I mean, the AI revolution that's happened in the last 6 months has been mind-blowing. If you don't think deepfakes are going to keep getting better and better, you got another thing coming.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things.
Imagine somebody ends up making a tool that allows for video AI, right? And then you take that and you take the AI deepfake voice and then somebody does a really good editing job and it just looks like they're talking as if they're various political figures. It's concerning. I can see why this guy's concerned. Now, I'm a big fan of the way that it's automating tasks for people. I'm personally using it to make newsletters and whatnot, but I can see how it's affecting jobs. Recently, it was announced that IBM plans to replace nearly 8,000 jobs with AI, and these jobs are just the first to go in a string of things that a lot of people fear. They fear that there's going to be a significant amount of layoffs across many business sectors. And while I'm a new business and, I'm just not going to hire a copywriter now, I can kind of see the issue here. Like, what if companies who have copywriters are like, maybe we just don't need those people. We're good to go, 8,000 people? Bye. Figure out something else. Supposedly the transition is going to happen gradually over the next few years, with machines potentially taking up over 30% of non-customer facing roles in 5 years. I don't like seeing these kind of things. It's concerning. The job cutting is concerning. I don't know what you believe, but there was a lot of layoffs earlier this last year, and I was like, I know that people are believing we're going into a recession, so maybe that was it. But when it comes to AI, now they have an excuse because they can be like, well, you're writing, is it needed? And the fact of the matter is, this information could have been put together from a newsletter and blog standpoint from an artificial intelligence writing tool. I mean, Janine, do you actually write this? You put this into ChatGPT. We don't know. Genuinely, all of my newsletters are written with this. And the last thing that concerns me is, and many others is, you look at tools like Chegg, right? And you look at its stock price. Stock's down over 42%. And a big reason for that is ChatGPT. Students are turning to ChatGPT for study help, and Chegg's stock plummets more than 30%. Now think about that. Think about how insane it is, by the way, it's 42%, as you saw a second ago. Think about how insane it is that we have this graph happening. We're at a decent spot even just a year ago, and it just plummets just like this. And we were at a pretty decent spot a couple years ago. I know Chegg had a significantly higher market cap. I mean, like this obviously was way higher. It dropped for some reasons that I am unaware of, but it dropped even more so proportionally later. And that's no good. I remember I used Chegg Plus a lot in college in order to either confirm or deny how I got my information for tests and quizzes and stuff. But this is something I used a lot in college, and I paid for the subscription because, to be honest, I'm not saying it's me, but a lot of people can pay almost for degrees with some of the info you can find on Chegg Plus and the way that people grade stuff and the way that they do quizzes and whatnot. And if ChatGPT is just going to answer the questions now for free without you having to pay a subscription, every student on earth is going to use it, and all they have left on their disposal is the whole book service that they have with the rentals. And then even more so than that, I mean, there's LibGen now where people can torrent books. So they're just like, what's the purpose of the company? And I'm worried about this specifically because it just means consolidation of companies, right? When you consistently consolidate companies and make these mega corporations, I mean, you're going to have situations where certain sectors are just going to be monopolized. And do we really want to have ChatGPT have a monopoly on helping people with school projects and answering the questions? I mean, Chegg didn't really have a monopoly on it. They had a lot of positives there. And a lot of people are using it, but there was always other things like Khan Academy, Schooly, StudyBook, Valor Books, Quizlet, all these different alternatives. And now it's just ChatGPT, honestly, because why would you use anything else? It's fast, answers questions, it can do output for you from a writing standpoint, and it's concerning. So I think Course Hero was something I remember using a lot too. And I don't know why anyone would use these now. I'm not in school, but I know that consolidation of business, especially as a small business guy myself, is just little concerning. I'm curious what your thoughts are on all these things. Figured I'd give you a little bit of a pulse check on AI in general, and I figured you'd probably want to check out this video on how to improve your productivity even more.